Planet Dolan.
We all love a chance to show off just how intelligent we are, whether it's posting your IQ test on Facebook or tweeting that you're really smart. But what if solving a puzzle could win you millions of dollars, or solve a murder case, or unlock the mysteries of the past? Are there some enigmas that are truly uncrackable? Here are some unsolved puzzles of the world.
My name is Nixium, and today, I'll be your narrator.
Number 15, the Phaistos Disc. For over 100 years, archaeologists have been attempting to decipher a language written on a small piece of clay over 4,000 years old, found in the Palace of Phaistos on the Mediterranean Isle of Crete. The disc has two sides of hieroglyphic writings on both sides that follow a spiral pattern, with symbols including pigeons, shields, and a bull's ass. The most recent study claims it is a written prayer to a fertility goddess, but we may never really be entirely sure. Number 14, Cripdos. In 1990, the CIA headquarters at Langley, Virginia, commissioned and installed a piece of artwork for their courtyard by artist Jim Sanborn. The metal sculpture matched the theme of secrecy and espionage, as it featured nearly 2,000 letters of code divided into 4 sections. The first 3 have been deciphered as a combination of map references and famous quotations, but the last section, only 97 letters long, remains a mystery despite the efforts of the greatest cryptographers in America. Number 13, Zodiac Letters. Perhaps the most famous unsolved murder case is that of San Francisco's Zodiac Killer. From 1968 to 1970, the police and media received a number of letters detailing the crimes committed to tease and hint the identity of the killer. Among the correspondence were 4 cryptograms, coded messages written in letters and symbols. The first of these was decoded, but the other 3, which may reveal the Zodiac's name, remain unsolved to this day. Number 12, the 7 Bridges of Königsberg. In the medieval Prussian city of Königsberg, the local residents used to enjoy a Sunday walk around the island of Kunaipof. The island was connected to the city by 7 bridges, and so, for fun, people would try to find a route which crossed every bridge only once. Nobody managed to find it until mathematician Leonhard Euler discovered that the puzzle was, in fact, unsolvable. Disappointing, sure, but in proving this, Euler laid the groundwork for modern mathematics of graphs and networks. Number 11, Eternity 2. English aristocrat and far-right politician Lord Christopher Monckton is also known for creating and producing his own range of puzzles. His second creation, Eternity 2, came out with an offer of £2 million, around $4 million at the time, for the submission of a correct arrangement of matching tile edges. The competition has since expired, with no one claiming the prize, and Monckton keeping the profits. Number 10. Flight MH370. Shortly after midnight on March 8, 2014, a Malaysian Airlines flight left Kuala Lumpur Airport, headed for Beijing. Radar contact at 1 a.m. showed the airplane on course over the South China Sea, but an hour later, scanners showed the flight heading the opposite direction towards India. This was the last sign of the plane anybody saw, and after numerous searches of the ocean, there is still no clue on what has become of one of the greatest aviation mysteries. Number 9, the Fermi Paradox. The universe is, well, really big, so we've been told. Since Nikola Tesla suggested sending radio signals to Mars in the 19th century, humans have been searching the stars for signs of extraterrestrials, but to this day we haven't found any trace of any alien culture. This is actually surprising, given the sheer number of stars, and it raises the unanswered question of whether there might be some factor that prevents civilizations from advancing beyond a certain point. Number 8, Sudoku Mysteries. Sudoku, that puzzle your grandma does to stop herself from going senile, has been around for 40 years, and in that time, it has fascinated math nerds with a lot of time on their hands. We still have no idea about the number of possible puzzles with only one solution, and we don't even have a computer algorithm to generate the puzzles. Everything until now has been trial and error. For something so simple, it is surprisingly hard to create formula for. Number 7. The Shugborough Inscription. Built sometime in the 18th century, Shugborough Hall is a stately home in the English Midlands with beautiful gardens and even a lake. Hidden in the grounds is a monument with an ornate carving of 3 figures standing around a tomb. At the bottom is an inscription of 10 letters, which has become one of the world's greatest unsolved mysteries, with some suggesting its solution may lead to the location of the Holy Grail and is connected to the secretive Knights Templar. Number 6. The Theory of Everything. Perhaps the greatest unsolved puzzle of modern science is how to combine the 2 main theories of the universe. The first is quantum theory, the study of the small elementary particles that make up all matter, and the second is general relativity, which looks at the relationship of time, energy, and gravity of massive objects. Both of these theories are supported by their own mathematics, and yet strangely, they cannot both be correct. The unifying theory of everything would explain, well, everything. Number 5. Do not believe his lies. With nearly 300,000 downloads, a 2014 puzzle app has been confounding and confusing users for a long time now, with no one successfully solving all the clues to date. Created by a Polish game designer and named after a line from the movie Memento, the game involves solving a series of clues that reveal lines in a dark and mysterious storyline. Players need to crack codes, find hidden messages, or use smartphone features to find the answers. Number 4. Gorongo. Easter Island is famous for the moai, the 900 statues that remain from the Pacific Islanders that settled there over 600 years ago. But what fascinates some archaeologists even more are the 26 carved stone and wood tablets that have been found on the island, showing a form of writing that may be a totally independent language. Known as Gorongo, the symbols show animals and plants native to the island, but the meaning is still a complete mystery. Number 3. Bale Ciphers. A pamphlet published in 1885 in the state of Virginia told the story of Thomas Bale, an eccentric prospector who hid a vast store of gold somewhere in the state. Bale encoded the location of his treasure into 3 ciphertexts, which he left with a trusted friend before disappearing forever. The pamphlet published the ciphers, the second of which has been deciphered, using the Declaration of Independence as a reference. The other 2 are either the key to a fortune, or it's all a big hoax. Number 2. Forrest Fenn's treasure. Art dealer Forrest Fenn may have been inspired by the Bale ciphers when he decided to hide an antique chest worth millions of dollars somewhere in the Rocky Mountains. Dying of cancer, Fenn hid the loot in 2010 and published a poem in his memoirs that hints at the whereabouts of the prize. Since then, at least 3 adventurers have died while searching, and local police are begging the now recovered Fenn to end the hunt, which continues to this day. And number 1, Tamam should. On the morning of December 1st, 1948, the body of a man was found on a beach near Adelaide, Australia. In his pocket was a torn-out scrap of paper that read, Tamam should, which is Persian for, it is finished. After police released a photo of the scrap, a book was found, which was a translation of a 1,000-year-old poem and had the final page ripped out. Inside the cover were 5 lines of code, which were never deciphered, and the case remains unsolved.
What? Danger Dawn, did you know that we have a countdown book featuring some of our best scripts on sale now? Links down below for the physical and ebook versions.
And that's it, everyone. See ya.